Good morning, everybody. So this is Dave here from Road to Freedom, from down by the river in Culham, and I just thought I'd do a quick video blog today to answer the question from Trev Hunt on the Facebook group Run with Freedom. Trev's just done a marathon, and he's wondering how he's going to get some speed back into his running. So it's a great question, and I'm sure a lot of us who've done marathons and ultra distance, etc., would be able to relate to that. So first thing to know is that your speed has not disappeared forever. It can come back, and in fact you'll come back stronger and faster because you've got all those miles in your legs. So unless you're looking to be a 100-meter sprinter or something like that, then you need to remember that all of these races, 5k and upwards, and even quite a lot less than that, they're all primarily aerobic. That means that they rely on the aerobic energy system as their important element, rather than anaerobic function, so where you're getting short of breath and struggling for oxygen. So the way you build that system is by lots of low, long, slow runs at low intensity, along with nutrition, sleep, and everything else. But so none of that work you've done is going to be counterproductive. But the important thing to remember is that you can't develop both systems simultaneously. So every time you try to develop your aerobic system, it will have an impact on your, or a negative impact on your anaerobic capacity, and vice versa. So if you're only doing high intensity interval training, you're never doing your long slow runs, then you will lose some of that aerobic ability. We see this with the heart rates. When people start trying to run at a low heart rate for long periods, they find they just can't do it without walking until they've rebuilt that aerobic system. So you've got that aerobic base. Those miles are useful, and what you now need to do, if you want to do a faster 5k or 10k or half marathon, then we need to just first of all have a good rest. Make sure you're recovered. That doesn't mean total rest. That means keeping moving, lots of low intensity movement, nutrition, hydration, sleep, get yourself recovered, and then just gradually start to introduce a little bit of interval training. So your anaerobic element needs to just gradually be brought back in if your goal is to do a fast 5k or 10k. And let's remember, even 5k is still around about 88% aerobic and only 12% anaerobic. So it's still the miles that you've already done will still be the most beneficial. So what we're looking for is not necessarily eyeballs our efforts. We're looking for efficiency and economy of movement. This is what aerobic training builds into you. It ingrains it, so you're running smooth and efficient, so you can do all the core strengthening and glute strengthening you like, and all the high intensity exercise you like. But ultimately, the deciding factor in running long distances well and quickly with less effort is to focus on first of all the aerobic conditioning, but also the movement aspects of running. So that doesn't mean static stretching. That means running specific movement, and also general functional movement, in order to be able to put everything together at the right time in the right way, so that everything is synchronized in your running, so you're not muscling through, so that you're efficiently loading and unloading energy from the ground through the fascial network, not muscling through, because if you're muscling through, if you think you just need more strength, then you're going to get injured for sure, and you're not going to perform at your best. So what I would advise, Trev, is perhaps just to first of all, you could start by introducing maybe a little bit of fartlek training, which is just a loose form of interval training, usually done off-road, so cross-country is good. And you just start introducing some faster stretches into your running, and you might incorporate a little bit of jogging in between, a little bit of walking even, maybe just sprint up a hill, put in a few hundred meters faster and then just back off again, just to get your body acclimatized to just a little bit more speed. Okay, so it's partly establishing those neuromuscular connections so that the brain starts to tune into what is required, and ultimately it's all about the brain. Everything is all about the brain. So that's the way I would go about it, and then be very conservative about adding speed work back into your training. Yeah, the tendency is to think, oh, I've lost all that speed, so I know I need to go hard at it, lots of interval training. Well, it's not going to work for sure. You will get injured, you will underperform. So just so maybe a little bit of fartlek training, perhaps once a week, and then you could gradually over the weeks start adding in some shorter and longer intervals. And I've spoken about this before, but don't overdo speed training. Back off at first sign of any niggles or injuries, especially if you've got an injury history. So that's kind of would be my way of approaching this. If you've got any more questions, Trev, or anybody else, just get in touch with me at Dave at Roads to Freedom. Please subscribe to the channel and like my videos. Bye for now.